The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You could just see cuts happening.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
Tina!
What's the coroner got to say?
He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
No!
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
A Nightmare on Elm Street. This has got to be my favourite horror of all time. Freddy Krueger. Nancy, who went through all that in the first film, only to suffer in 2, 3, and she died, I think, 4. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a long time since I watched all of these, but I've watched them all. She returned in the new Nightmare, which was technically 7, though they didn't call it that. A New Nightmare was actually a genius the way they did it. They made it in real life. So Nancy was the real actress because Nancy had died. So she couldn't come back in any more films. So they brought her back as herself in real life. And Freddy really comes out the movie and gets her. But back to the first original Nightmare on Elm Street. Fred Krueger, a prolific child killer, murdered by the parents of Elm Street. They not only murdered him, they cooked him. They burnt him, they disfigured him. But he came back as something far, far more terrifying. With knives as fingernails on his right hand. He came in dreams. He was living in a different realm that only could cross in your dream. If you die in your dream, you don't wake up. On A Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp's first movie. This was one of the most successful horror franchises of all time. They remade it in 2010 with no Robert Englund. I'm sorry, but it was awful. But all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and A New Nightmare, were brilliant. I've watched them many, many times throughout my teens and growing up. It's been a while since I've seen them. I watched Freddy versus Jason again the other night though. It was still good. It had Robert Englund. It was still Freddy. But this film, this movie, terrorised a generation of teens. Nobody can forget the song 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, get a crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. Poor Johnny Depp fell asleep in the first movie and he never made it. Spoilers. I should put a warning, I think I will. So here we go. This is my favourite horror of all time. A Nightmare on Elm Street. And all of the follow-ups after. A brilliant, brilliant film. The children will keep on getting murdered because Freddy wants revenge on those that maimed him. So that's my last horror recommendation and review for Halloween, because we're here on Halloween and it's going to be a blue supermoon. So turn out the lights, get some ghost stories on, and join me later on tonight, 10 o'clock UK time, for ghost stories, spooky happenings, and tell me what your favourite horror film is. This is mine, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Take care, see you later. Don't have nightmares.